thing. I'm my own man, nah, ain't you. Cuz just hit me on the line, say he up in the city, said Nick come through. He from Philadelphia, they're known as Philadelphia. They the fam, nothing new. I ain't got too much emotion to feel in for those trying to mess up my mood. From a place with a beef on fire, can't be side. Ain't nothing new. Remember nights when we used to do crime. We dropped dimes on knowing we knew. If we got caught, we did not rap. We rather lay flat before we ever told. Cause loyalty still mean a lot to me, even though places on earth is a zoo. Think politics and prejudice is gonna save them. Man, I thank God I ain't nothing like you. We just multiply, we don't die. We done seen war and survive. And we done got bored with the vibe. But gang, all y'all tough. We ain't trying to run me outside. If you ain't king, don't pay us no mind. Cause we do not recognize those who are faking.
Hold up, boy. I gotta.
No gang, like ooh. What's all this commotion? Grown men got like females, ooh. Make king moves, ain't gon' lose. Mama ain't raised no fool. I'm my own gang, do my own thing. I'm my own man, nah, ain't true. I do not kill them with bars, I get them with truth. But they call me frivolous, ooh. I do not beef on computer, I am no fool. No, I'm nothing like you. Every day I am on guard, but I cannot call who real or who fake in my crew. I just know the back door isn't heavy, so I keep my eyes on everything that I see move. Some call it rude, but I call it militant vibe. We do not smile, refuse to go back and forth on computers, and we are too smart to act like we don't notice. Some notice the flow is like knives. Data gave me the cosign, along with bust rhymes. Joe Crack said come back and see him when album's completed, and I'm gonna make it your time. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm floating on cloud 9. We protected heavily, mama, don't worry about me dying. God got me, I'm fine, believe. Don't mind me, I'm floating on cloud 9. We protected heavily, mama, don't worry about me dying. God got me, I'm fine, believe. Yeah, I'm in no gang.
No gang like, ooh. Peace to the 5% nation of guys and nuts. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah, all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the Kagan, New Jersey. This is BTB TV. We bully the bullies. I got my brother God in them streets. Shabu be Allah. Salute. Yo, we here. We gonna try to make a little history for y'all today, man. We're gonna do. First of all, Shabu, let me ask you a question. If we go to war heavy in them streets, right? And people die, people get shot, people go to jail for life. And me and you happen to make it out of there, and we know we put harm on each other. Would you be in a picture with me, hugged up with me?
No way possible.
Huh?
No way possible. It's too many things that done took place once we talk about life and death and individuals going to jail and situations like that. Then I don't think it'll ever be any grounds for any peace for us to be hugged up in a picture with one another.
I want to ask you something. What you think about this picture right here? Hold on, let me see if I can pull this jack up. It's on, let's see, Instagram. Oh, I got long hair? Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. One second. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find it for you right now, y'all. Hold on 1 second. You this, Shabu? Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Uh-huh.
While the people waiting, you basically trying to find a picture with Bangem Smurf and Jarule recent.
Yeah, yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm waiting for them. Let me see if I can find another way because for some reason it's not letting my Instagram come up. No, check this. Let me get another way for y'all, yo. This is the picture I'm talking about. Let me see. Bangem. Here we go, y'all. Let me find that shit. Let me see. So I want Bang Em Smurf pick together. Here we go, yeah. This is ridiculous. There we go right here. Images. Here we go, y'all. Y'all let me know what you think of that. I'm about to bring it up for y'all.
They've been waiting patiently.
My bad, y'all. I had to find it for y'all. Here go the pick right here. Do y'all see that pick? Let me blow it up. Let me blow up some. This pick right here. Bang Em Smurf look happier than a homosexual with a bag of D's in prison, man. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. God, what you think of that, Lord? How trifling is that, God?
I mean, that's why 50 don't deal with a lot of people because after they whole situation, I don't see why they could be in a picture with one another on this level, even though time has passed. That was a significant situation in 50's whole music career, life just in general. So things extended out of him and Ja Rule's beef and Bang Em Smurf being one of 50's loyal soldiers that I really can't see at this stage,
You ain't was
in
loyal.
life, that
You
he'd
loyal.
be taking a picture with him.
And how was you loyal? You taking a picture with that man right there.
Huh?
How was you loyal? You in a picture with that man right there. You was always waiting.
Loyalty?
He was always waiting to snake me. If I was 50, I feel that nigga was always waiting to snake me, bruh.
Absolutely. That's what it suggests.
Oh, first time I don't do something you asked me to do, or I spank your hand and tell you be good, go home and sit down for a minute. Then what you do? You go join the Coke Boys. Then you go join Maybach Music. Did you go join? Now you going to join Murder Inc. These tattoos you gonna get on your face with other men name on you, bruh. You got 4 teams on your face, 5 teams on your head already. You got G Unit. You got what's some other boys from Queens that came before G Unit came out? Lex Coops, the Beamer to the Benz. Mr. Chief.
Oh, that's Lost Boys.
You got
LB.
Lost Boy tattoo. You got Lost Boy tattoo on you. You got a G Unit tattoo on you. You got a Coke Boy tattoo on you. You got a Maybach Music tattoo on you. How many? That shows you not loyal. Now you're gonna get a tattoo of Jarule, Pinky Winky on your forehead said Murder Inc. Monique Hill, salute. Peace, boy. Happy belated birthday to my sister Monique Hill. She's in her 60s. So now I'm joking. Nah, but yeah. So how many tattoos you gonna get on you, man? You're a grown-ass man, dog. I ain't getting no tattoos of no men on me unless it's my dead father, dead grandfather, or sons.
Absolutely. It should mean something.
It means that, man, come on. Now if I'm in a group. Yeah, we in a group. We got a banging group like G Unit, and we blowing and we doing our thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get G Unit on me. You know what I'm saying? We all got G Unit. But when I leave G Unit, I'm not gonna go to another group and get the other label tattoo on me. They go from another label, get another label tattooed on me. They go for another label, get another label tattooed on me. Domination should be appalled with you. Domination should be appalled with you. Yo, hold this down for me real quick. Yo, I think this is hold this down real quick, all right?
Yeah, so we was here today to speak on the Jarule and Bang Em Smurf taking a photograph together recently, and how we feel about that or respond to that. Born brought up the part about 50 Cent and Bang Em Smurf, but I'm going to be the devil's advocate and also speak on how Bang Em Smurf was feeling at that time. Even though he was sent home by 50 for reckless acts while they was out on tour, he still had a situation with being incarcerated, needing $75,000 to get out, and that was basically the turning point for him in 50 Cent situation. So with that being a part of the reality, we be placed in situations in life where we make choices, and not everybody that we start out with as a team, we may end up with, because everybody got to be on the same page. It's the difference between them being out in the street and, banging against ops or whatever they saying, when now you placed in a position to get millions and millions of dollars and go into venues and other places may be jeopardized because the individual is going according to plan. Because once things change up, then you got to change up with that. You can't carry the same character into every situation, because when you talk about good corporate situation, an industry within itself, then
Yo, you break it up, God. You break it up, God. You break it up.
boardrooms. You can hear me now?
Y'all can hear you now, yeah.
We talking about boardrooms and other things where it's not going to be those type of people from that environment. So you got to learn how to conduct yourself in all arenas.
Facts. But I want to show y'all a video. Real quick, right? Let me I gotta get my boy the hood blogger up here real quick. I get the hood blog up here real quick. Hold on 1 second. Gotta put it in the chat for him because for some reason he can't get through on his phone. All right. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Yeah. Bring my man.
I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something, though, right? I want to show y'all something. I want to show you this. This is how two-faced nigga Bang Em Smurf is, though, right? Check this out. I want to show y'all something real quick. This is how I'm gonna show you the first thing Bang Em Smurf had to say about 50. Oh. Here we go, right here, y'all. Shout out to my man, All the Dialogue, yo. Info Mons. Let's do it.
3-4 one day. That's a fact. I was out there and all that. 50, the big homie on the block. He ain't on that vibe. He let a homie him back, hug him up and rub his head. So yeah, Preem ain't like that. I first met 50 when I was like 14. I was like 95. I'm in junior high school and shit, 231. Me and Silky was good and shit, you know. Silky put me down with Lost Boys. So I always used to go check Silky and shit. So that prior day, I went to 134. I went on the block for Silky. I seen this big black grilling. I want to know what the fuck wrong with this nigga. And the boy was on me. I was 50 and shit. He was boo-boo at the time. So, you know, I ain't tripping and shit. And I had a little 2.5 on me and shit. I just rode my bike from Rosedale. I was on a pedal bike. You know what I mean? I'm a young nigga at the time, like 14 and shit. I seen this nigga grilling me and shit. Then Silky happened to come walking across the street. Boo-boo approached the nigga like, yo, who the fuck this little nigga right here? Silky was like, nah, that's Smurf. What's happening? What's good? He official. That's my boy. He good. What's going on? Because he was like, yo, I was about to slap this nigga and everybody you know. So I'm just grilling the nigga, looking in his eye and shit. So, you know, and I got my gun on my 2.5 because I had a 2.5 on me. I was Silky gun and shit, but, you know, I used to run around with the guns he had. But Silky and Boo Boo was good. You know, Silky a solid nigga from 134. He a certified nigga. So he was like, nah, that's Smurf, he good. So then he was like, all right, I was about to slap the shit out of him and everybody you know. From there, he respect my body because Silky was like, nah, that's the homie. He good. He with us. And why 50 was on it like that, because that was my first encounter meeting him. He never seen me before, like, so that was our first encounter and shit, you heard? Shout out to the big bro. From that day, me and 50 became cool. He respected my gangster. He said I was a young nigga on my shit. And the funny shit is, I had my 2.5 on me that day. I could have violated that nigga. I could have really bust shots at that nigga if I wanted to. But I already knew who he was. He just ain't know who I was. So I already had respect for Boo Boo. That was the big bro. One thing about Boo Boo, the nigga always had a great mind. He always knew how to make shit happen. He always had a following. He always had young niggas that to do whatever for him. That's a fact. I can't take none for him. But he was definitely fair in the neighborhood. His knuckle game was crazy. My block 134, we like a Harlem block. We like 3 blocks in one. We the biggest block on 134, the longest strip. You know, we got all the best food, fast sneaker stores up there, the best barber shops, the liquor store, like the best laundromat, dry cleaners, soul food restaurant. Our block was the littest block on motherfucking God Brewer. So like a lot of people used to come through there, celebrities and everything. So our block was always popping. My hood is structured like this. From 134, you got the Lost Boys. Then you got BTB. That's behind the boulevard. I used to be Rough Hands, and I used to be like Tony Yayo and all
BTB
of them.
is
But he
bully
was
the bullies,
marvelous
nigga.
at the time. 50 and all of them from back there. That's 160 and all that. And then we had.
Bro, hold on. Let me get in here, man. Shout out to my little brother SV Twiz, the hood blogger in the building.
Peace to Twiz.
Born salute, Shabu salute. Much love and respect, man.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Freaky Ty. That's right. We go check this out, though, man. Hey, Twiz, let me ask you a question. We blood beef. I'm talking about we get dirty, bodies drop, people go to jail for life. You know what I'm saying, over beef. And I got to know that said I want to apologize to Jarule, and now I'm apologizing. I'm taking a picture with him. Wouldn't that make you look like a sucker, bro?
Absolutely. That's the you know that's where the principles and morals fall in that. You can't shift it when you feel like it.
Nah, you definitely can't shift it, but these dudes be shifting it, boy. This guy, you can tell he ain't loyal. Every time he get mad at 50 Cent, he join one of his apps to get another tattoo on him. Like I was telling Shabu, the nigga got the G Unit tattoo, the Lost Boys tattoo, what's French Montana crew name? Cocaine Boys tattoo.
Coke boys.
Coke Boys. He got MMG tattoo on him. Now he'll get Jarule tattoo on him with Murder Inc. with a picture of Jarule under his chin. That's some sucker shit, bruh. Nobody can tell me that, man.
You know,
you're a billboard for a bunch of cocks. Go ahead, SV Twiz. Go ahead.
That's the definition of a wave rider. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wave rider, bro.
MRC promotion. Yeah. Bang Em Smurf should be all that gang, so you ain't gonna be real you want. But he's a snake too, bruh. Definitely a snake. You gotta think about that, man. Ain't no loyalty in that, man. We street niggas. We know the difference, man. Let's go.
Had niggas from Rockaway, like Mikey Dawn, he used to be from Rockaway. That's his block. Niggas from the back blocks, yeah, Rochdale. So like everything used to be structured together. We all used to be one. When it come to 134, we all one. When it come to each other, we all one, regardless of what. You dig? So we had something called 134 All Stars out there. And that was all of us together. The whole Lost Boys, BTB, 160, Boo Boo 50, everybody. So Rochdale, Circle 5. So we had the 134 All Stars. So that brought the whole hood together. You dig? The whole block 134 together. It wasn't no gang or no crew. All the G's together, the whole hood together. That's facts. Preem pulled up to 134 one day. That's a fact. I was out there and all that. My spot was positioned at the phone booth. We had a phone booth right there in front of the barbershop on 134. That was my position. You know, I sell all my drugs right there. I don't move from that spot. Yeah, but Preem did definitely come up to the block to check 50 because 50 was giving trouble. Because he was on Jarule neck. Well, he was on everybody's neck because he had a rob drop. 50 was robbing the whole industry, pressing the whole industry on that kind of vibe and the music vibe. Shit, you right? So a lot of niggas ain't really appreciate that. And we dropped a video called Murder, We Don't Believe You, Your Life's on the Line. So at that time, 50 fucking job. Crazy, like we all in there. Select a few from 134, them Brooklyn niggas in there, them 551 niggas in there. So we had dropped that video and shit, so Preem ain't like that shit. So he pulled up to the strip and tried to talk to 50, but the way he pulled up on the strip, he tried to play him like a youngin', grab him, hug him up and rub his head. At the time, the whole strip outside, 50, the big homie on the block, he ain't on that vibe. He let a homie him back, hugged him up and rubbed his head. So yeah, Preem ain't like that shit. And I ain't lying, that's the time Preem had the green Range Rover and shit, you know what I mean? And that's a fact. That's what really happened with 50 and Preem that day on 134. Preem came to talk to the nigga, but the way he approached the nigga, he was big homie type shit on some playful type vibe. And I know disrespectful type vibe, but 50 wasn't on that playtime or none of that type of time. So he shrugged him off and, All
right, let me ask you a question real quick. You know what I'm saying? That rubbing the head shit, when you're young and an old nigga come home from jail and he try to son you rub your head. What's your first reaction to? You hear me? What's your first reaction, brothers?
Shoot. I mean, as being an OG like that in the hood, sometimes you got to know when it's just an individual's turn. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna be brought up, and time has a way of changing people's position. So, I can't say that Preem was wrong for his reaction to it, but what I would say is that knowing him, if it was done all over, it might have been a different way. But for like they say, every action, there's another reaction. So, 50 took it like, it's my turn. You gonna approach me and grab me out here in public and tap me on the back of the head like I'm your little son, that I could grab you back and rub you in the back of your head like, I got respect for you, OG, but you ain't gonna come out here and disrespect what I'm doing, especially like he explaining, you gotta block load an individual. So when you dealing in the hood, every action, is going to take on another action. So, when I was young growing up, if I'm slap boxing with somebody, I'm slap boxing with you, but the whole time I'm also trying to hurt you, because at the end of the day, from slap boxing, if I let you get off, the next day you roll around and talk about, yeah, I could beat that nigga shy, we slap box or whatever. So those are just things that you got to understand in the timing that is taking place, and understand where your role is, because if you make the wrong reaction, then it could cause a whole lot of other things that, have a domino effect. So I guess that's where, that whole situation, as far as 50 standing up and letting the individual know, like, yo, I ain't no little boy no more. I'm out here holding it down just like you held it down when it was your turn or your time.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Yo, what you think about it, Twist?
So I guess it's just different wherever you from, because I guess that was the New York thing with the hand on the head and all that. More so like out Philly and stuff like that. You might have certain people that might be old heads, and they be like, young boy. Some people will accept it. You know what I mean? But you got some younger people that get offended by it, and they like, don't call me young boy, stuff like that. You dig what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, but it just showed that, he was definitely a leader, because we ain't gonna act like if you younger and you 14, 15, and you got these grown men that most people look up to in the streets. Everybody not going to challenge that. You dig what I'm saying? So that took 50
Facts.
as a different type of individual. You know what I mean? So that just shows how he was from the rip. You know what I mean? Some people is just naturally ahead of their time. You dig what I'm saying?
That's right. Now let's go back to the listen to this real quick.
Did the same thing he did to him. Rubbed his head, nigga. What's happening, nigga? We outside. Ain't see all my young niggas out here? Yeah. My generation wasn't scared of Preem like me, Root Boy, like the younger generation wasn't scared of Preem. Remember, they 20 years older than us. We don't give a fuck what they did in the 80s. I was born in the 80s, so. But my older heads from my hood did have a fear of Preem. If you notice, when 50 started G Unit, you notice it was only young boys around us. It wasn't none of the old heads. So 50 actually distanced himself from the old heads, because he believed they wasn't built for this kind of vibe he was on, because they had a certain fear for Preem. We ain't give a fuck about that reputation, nigga. I was on 134 today. 50 got hit. That shit was like 2000, right? May. We out there hustling and shit. But for some reason, all day on the block, in the area, shots was just ringing off. All day, like for morning, all day, shots ringing off, different shots ringing off. So when 50 got shot and we heard them shots ring off, we ain't really think nothing of it, because that's a common thing in our hood, hearing shots all day. But when we did get the word like, yo, 50 got hit, 50 got shot up, we was like, where, how'd that happen? We on 134 hustling. Everybody on the block hustling. So when we heard the shots, we ain't think nothing of it, because that's a common thing in the hood. But then when we get the call, back then we don't got no social media, none of that. Is a cell phone, a nigga call you letting you know what happened. So when we know what happened, we're like, damn, Fifth got hit. So from there, it was me and Root Boy that went to the back block. Me and Root Boy was just spinning on anything. Nigga ain't have to tell us to spin, no ifs, ands, and buts. That's the big bro from the hood. That's how I used to look up to. Can't violate the hood. And then Freaky Ty just died a year before that. So we were still mourning off of that death. But yeah, but when Fifth got hit, me and Rude Boy was spinning on everything after that. Facts. The night me and 50 had linked back up, I was in front of the barber shop. That was like in November 2000. He now recuperating, coming back. So I'm in front of the barber shop hustle. I was happy to see the pro, to see him back on his feet creeping. He came through the back of the alley, through the barber shop. He seen me out there dull again to the money. He came out there, gave me a big hug. I hugged him. I noticed he had 2 guns on him with a vest. I said, yo, bro, I love you, man. Glad to see you. He goes, yeah, what's going on out here? He was like, is money I ain't? I'm like, man, this shit's slowing up out here, bro. Then he was like, all right, man, I'm going to come back next week, man. I'm going to talk to you. I need to holler you. And he was a man of his word. He came back the next week, picked me up. We went for a spin. The following week, we went back to PA. And that's when we started the G.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago, even if you weren't driving?
Hold on, okay. Now, what y'all think? What y'all think about that?
I mean, I guess like he said, it was going down at that time in they hood. So, you know, gunshots or anything when you living like that, that ain't nothing new to you until he found out that it was 50, you know.
Yeah.
But at that time, you know, him coming back through, at least you know from that point on, he know that this is all out war. This is real street beef. But a lot of people talk about it on wax and in records and everything. But it's a difference between talking about it and actually having the experience and going through it. So 50 was, you know, he prepared from that moment on to move forward. It ain't like no fair because you show up after you got shot. That's the only way to show up with your vest and your 2 guns. And I'm prepared to go to war with anybody.
I was joking, Monique. Never mind's good. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So you don't know who or where it's coming from, but you got an ideal because, like he said, they generation wasn't no longer respecting what the old heads was putting down because once again, like he said, we talking about a difference of 2 decades. So you can't expect things that you did back then, not unless you still doing those things. And of course, that showed that Preem or whoever did it, that they still was capable of those type of actions. So that fear could still be there. But now you in the mix of why individuals had that fear for that individual from 20 years ago, because in the same drop of a time, those situations come up, and that's going to be the natural response to it, because the response to it any other way, like I told you, Born, before, you know, it used to be every 5 years thing, you know, in the hood where somebody want to test you, you know, like, yo, you know, forget that nigga. That's what he did back then. But you always got to realize too, well, if this individual built up this reputation, it got to be for a reason. So if you coming at me, I know at this time, okay, now I got to show this individual why other individuals I deal more with respect than fear. You know, fear gets you killed.
Yeah, Shabu, but check this out, right? Check this out. Check this out. This is 56 explains why he cut Bang Em Smurf off. Twiz, once you hear this, I want you to speak on this one right here. All right?
I got you.
Here we go, yeah.
Myself that when my crew and I hit the road, I would have zero tolerance for internal conflict. I knew that if I couldn't control my own people, there would be a pretty low ceiling to how high I could build my brand. Plus, I understood that there were no minor fights when you're living together on the road. Let's say two guys get into it over a girl. One of them ends up smacking the other in the face. Whoever got touched is going to feel humiliated long after the physical sting subsides. Every time he sees that other guy on the bus, backstage, in the hotel lobby, waiting for a plane, he's going to want to reassert himself. That sort of resentment can boil below the surface until it explodes. And the fallout from a serious enough explosion can take down an entire tour. That's why as soon as G-Unit hit the road, I was very clear on my policy on guys getting into it with each other. I told them we're going to encounter a lot of people who are jealous of our success. If you have some steam you need to let off, fight one of them. I'll have your back no matter what happens. Shit, I'll have your back if you end up punching some random stranger in the face. But if any of you guys fight each other, you're going home the next day, period. For a while, everyone obeyed my edict. Yes, there were moments when it looked like something might pop off, but I was always quick to remind the would-be combatants, I'm not playing, you're going home if you step to them. Then in the quieter moments, I would pull guys to the side and explain my motives. I wasn't trying to police them, just trying to help them win. We're trying to build something with G-Unit, I say. This tour and the attention it's going to create are going to be the building blocks for something special. But if those blocks keep shifting, whatever we're trying to build will come crashing down. Then we're going to be back on the corner, instead of out here eating lobster and staying in nice hotels and meeting girls in every city. That little pep talk would usually get through to people, and I didn't have to send anyone home. That is, until we got to Philadelphia. The problem started with Michelin Ness, the legendary Philadelphia sports clothing company, sent some complimentary throwback jerseys to our hotel. This was the era when Michelin Ness jerseys were basically the official uniform for hip-hop.
$1,000.
Everyone wanted to be seen in one, and some of the rare editions were worth thousands of dollars. Even though the shirts were meant for me, the package ended up in the hands of a guy named Marcus, who was our tour manager. He knew I always buy my own clothes, so he decided to take a couple of the jerseys for himself. He felt that since he was the tour manager, they were some of the spoils he was entitled to.
Salute.
Bang Em Smurf
Salute.
didn't see it that way, though. Bang Em was someone from Southside that I was considering signing to G-Unit, so I'd taken him on the road to help him get some exposure. Bang Em had potential, but he made the mistake of thinking just being on the road meant he already made it. He started drinking his own juice before he proved anything. He didn't have a single, he didn't have any buzz. The girls didn't look at him and say, "Who's the cute one?" To the world, he was just another dude on stage shouting the end of my lines. That experience alone got him so gassed that he thought the rules didn't apply to him. The morning after the Philly show, we were scheduled to get on the bus at 5 a.m. and head to the next city. But instead of my alarm clock, I got an early morning wake up from the sounds of a fight taking place under my window. I pulled back the shades to see an unexpected sight. Marcus and Bang Em rolling around in the street, trading blows over a Michelin Ness jersey. "It's mine," I could hear Bang Em shouting. "Nah, that ain't yours," yelled Marcus. "Yours had a piece of gum stuck on the side. This is mine." Apparently, Bang Em had decided one of those jerseys was his. And when Marcus wouldn't hand it over, Bang Em was just going to take it. Not what I wanted to deal with at the crack of dawn. I went outside and immediately broke them up. Then I asked Bang Em what the hell he was thinking. "Nah, Fifth," Bang Em started to explain. "He's trying to take my shirt. I had to check him. I wasn't trying to hear it. Man, you know I told everyone, no fights on the store." Then I looked at Marcus and said, pointing to Bang Em, "Get this punk a bus ticket. He's going home." It wasn't until that moment that Bang Em realized I wasn't playing. When I said zero tolerance, I meant zero. If you're going to maintain control of your team, you must make people respect the repercussions, even if it means ending a relationship. So Bang Em got sent home right then and there. He'd have plenty of time to drink his own juice back in Queens. Bang Em thought he was bigger than the crew, but it turned out he didn't know how to move on his own. He started working with some other local rappers, and from time to time would try to get me to support them, but nothing really caught my ear. Without my support, no one wanted to give him a break. Instead of being on the road with me, making legal money and seeing the world, he eventually caught a case back in Queens. He asked me to bail him out, but I explained to him that wasn't my job. He eventually got deported back to Trinidad, where he was born. To this day, he blames me, not himself, for his situation. Whenever you find success in life, there will be people who believe some of it belongs to them. Bang Em was that sort of person. When you removed him from your life, Instead of looking in the mirror, they get angry at you. If I had let Bang Em slide with a warning, I would have lost my authority. All the other egos on the tour, and there were plenty of them, would have started the bubble too. Soon, they wouldn't have been fighting over Michelin-esque jerseys. They would have been beefing over girls, who got the most time on stage or who was getting paid what. That kind of dissension has grounded many tours, before and since, to a premature halt. I wasn't about to let that sort of energy mess up our momentum. Almost 20 years later, I'm still touring the globe. I performed in countless countries, to millions of people. Recently, someone flew me overseas to do a concert for several $1 million. Not a bad little check for a flight on a private jet and one day's work. But it was also the kind of check that comes only after you establish yourself as a seasoned, profitable, and reliable touring act.
All right, so what y'all think about that? Yo, SP Twiz, what you think, bro?
Bangem's butt hurt. Bangem, what they do? They bang him?
Hey, yo, Twiz. I want to see what Twiz got to say. What Twiz got? Yo, Twiz, what you got to say about that, man?
Twiz,
yo, Twiz, you there?
Twiz went to the bathroom or something. Probably on the call.
Nah, he on the call.
But yeah, man, that nigga's full of shit, bro. That nigga Bangem Smurf, come on, doc. 20 years later, you still mad at 50 Cent? You didn't use that notoriety to parlay or hustle nothing for yourself? Now you yeah, that nigga's crazy, dog. That's retarded. I don't care, dog. The nigga kicked you off the tour over a shirt. You's a goofy for that. I don't know, dog. These niggas is weird.
I mean, if you listen to 50, that's what makes 50 who he is, because he already had, the frame of mind of an old head from out the gate, because he laid down the process, and he had to lay down that process because he knew the type of individuals that he had coming with him. And they had to understand to make the adjustment so that 50 would be able to move the whole brand and everybody along. And
that's a fact, Chad Smith's a fact, bro.
Right. At that time, just like he said, because a lot of people think when they get in position, they start overthinking themselves in their position. Instead of him concentrating on, I'm here to protect my man, along with him giving me the opportunity to elevate my career in, the hip hop world, that those are the things that I got to concentrate on. Now, here it is years later, of course, with maturity and the things that took place, I'm quite sure if he was placed in the same situation that he wouldn't allow a jersey to become so much of a problem that you got to get into with somebody else that's there, that's the road manager, got a job to do or whatever. He would have been like, yo, forget that Mitchell and Ness jersey, because I'm here with a bigger opportunity, a bigger plan. And this is what we always say, it's the choices that we make in life. Because here it is now, 20, 25 years, whatever it is down the road, we see all the things that 50 is doing and all the greatness, and you could have still been a part of that. And a perfect example of that is Tony Yayo playing his position. And whether they say, what it is that he did as far as in the rap world, which, like I was telling Born the other day, Tony Yayo's album, was definitely one of the best albums that I heard that came out of G Unit. But maintaining focus on what you started out and where you want to go is very important. And that's the individual that's in the leadership position placing down the law. And like he said, if he ain't sent Bangem Smurf back home for that, then that would allow all the other situations that he spoke about to occur. Because the next thing, an individual getting into something over a chick he don't know or whatever, and things can constantly escalate to the
being able
that you could get blackballed. Because we know a lot of people, because of the people they had around them, it wasn't that their careers couldn't get to the top, but they were blackballed because of the actions of the individuals that they had around them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But yo, here you go right here, yo. Check this out. Now, you see how Bangem was getting big and 50 up? Look what he say now.
being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
Yeah, it's fair use,
Base 44.
Fair use.
Nah, what he doing now is whole shit.
Okay.
Like what he was doing, and what he was doing back in Queens in my time, he was always a bully. When I said he knocked out and beat up and shit, that wasn't no official he knocked out or whooped out in the hood. He did break jaws, but the nigga jaws he broke wasn't no big. There was always somebody smaller than him, bro. Let's break down his hands now. If his hand's so nice, why he ain't touched official? He only beat up little in the hood. He broke little jaws in the hood. Let's clear that up. He ain't break no official jaws in the hood. He was never a Golden Glove. Let's get that clear. I see a lot of these dumb online riding dick like they know the nigga was never a Golden Glove. You heard? And he only broke little jaws in the hood. Some little in the barber shop, he like 5 foot. Little, I forgot the name, and rest in peace, my homie Kev Brock, little slinky, tall, broke his jaw. He never fought no his size. Remember, he was always bigger than, so he always used to bully. He never fought nobody his size or bigger. I ain't like that. So all them jaws he broke in the hood was little. What we talking about? Was always a bully, man. But you see, his personality now, he got on some whole shit. The shit he doing is some Wendy Williams shit. Took Wendy Williams' position, man. He the new Wendy Williams, man. He and everybody business. He got all the tea. That nigga, if you want anything on you here, hire.
All right, y'all. Before he was checking big niggas.
But why he didn't say that before though? Back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Now that he ain't in a favorable position, now he only broke little niggas' jaws. Come on, dog.
Hey yo, Twiz, you back, yo? You gotta answer for your boy Bangem, bro.
Twiz, where you at?
Texas, nigga. Let me see where he at.
Yo, but anyway, of course, what he's saying right now is suspect because, like you said at the beginning, he was, talking about, how 50 was vicious with his hands and everything else back in the days, and everybody had respect for him. But now that y'all got, this altercation and things in your life, because we can quite obviously see, what position that he's in and the position that 50 is in. Now he only broke jaws of little niggas. And this is what I'll be saying about people being hypocrite and not being true to their own self, because words can always come back to haunt you. So right now it appears like, you hating, and even though what you may be saying might have some truth to it, it's how you initiated everything from the beginning when you was talking about this man, when you was rolling with this man and everything was good. But now that everything is no longer good, then you figure you gonna put something out there that could tarnish his reputation as far as knocking niggas out in the hood. So, it looked like sucker shit right there, because at the end of the day, you got to go with what you stand on at first. Now, if it's later on down the line, if it's a story that wasn't told,
every late
was there to the people, then you know what I'm saying. If somebody asks you a question on it, then you got the responsibility to fill in the blanks. But don't make a statement about how a person was and everything when you was down with them and how you was rolling with them. And then 20 years later, if you and that person is no good, you go back to the same subject, but now you want to change the narrative of the subject by saying that the person really wasn't who they was. That makes you look, bad. That makes you look like a hater and all the other
Yeah,
things
dog. That's flip
lame
floppy,
do.
dog. Like what the hell is that, dog?
And here we go right here. Here go another one. Here go another one. Check this shit. Here go another one. For himself. This he going to 50th state.
Album came out and he's running with police. You're not in the picture.
What do you mean? When we got the deal, police was around us. What are you talking about?
So where do you get to the point where you and him are not on the same page anymore?
I do what I want. Like, I do what I want. He can't control me. So he always used to try to sit me down and think he could control me like I'm Yayo, the rest of these American talent or anybody else around him, like Jaffe and them. We ain't grow up with Jaffe and them. You heard? Jaffe and them don't know 50 before the fame, you heard? Them American talent. We keeping it real. We ain't talking bad about nobody. Because I be seeing them online. They be giving them credit like he just... Now, I mean, you could give him his credit, but he wasn't there when G-Unit started originally. He came on after.
Who was there when it started originally?
Me, L, Root Boy, and 50. I've been telling y'all this. Y'all don't listen to my stories? Y'all don't listen when I talk? The original G-Unit member, G-Unit members, whatever
we don't listen
is me, El Dorado, Root Boy. We was the shoot.
El Dorado will rock with you. Right.
El Dorado just got locked up early because he killed them by accident murder. So El Dorado got locked up early for accidentally killing him. Accident killing. When we do shit, we mean it. But yeah, accident killing by accident and went to jail for 15 years.
Okay.
So it was me and Root Boy to hold it down. Then Root Boy wound up going to jail. Then it was just me, and I'm holding it down. So in my head, Root Boy had his 109 gangsters. That's icing them niggas. I always liked that ice and flipping them. So I want to start fucking with them. Like, yo, this the motion, what we doing, Root Boy in jail, we still got to keep the link. And I need y'all to come fuck with me on this G-Unit shit. And that's how we linked up with my 109 gangsters. G-Unit already formed before anybody else came around, you know? Then Jaffe and them wound up coming around because my little Weezy, shout out to Weezy, man. I hope he get better. He going through a health condition right now. They don't even hold Weezy now. But shout out to Weezy. He brung Jaffe and them around because Jaffe and them younger than us. Weezy younger than us. So he around their age. So he brung them around. We took a liking to them and we put them on. So Jaffe and them wasn't there from the fucking start or had nothing to do with this shit. Just to get that clear, you heard? Before you dumb online, you heard?
All right,
it wasn't even around when G-Unit started.
This what El Dorado had to say.
That clear, you heard?
This what El Dorado had to say right here, y'all. Check what El Dorado had to say. I'm on his Instagram. El Dorado. Niggas be bitter, delusional, but I guess it's cause life be lifing. It has its way of humbling you in ways you couldn't even imagine. But we'll catch up with you. We'll catch you if you ever make it back to this side. Hold up. But I will catch back up with you if you ever make it to this side of Holmes. In the meantime, keep reminiscing. It's good for your mental. You know, one another know. We motivate over here and elevate. When they not talking, that mean we not doing we doing something wrong. Go get you some business to handle. Then you might be able to keep five name out your mouth and have someone else to talk about. There again, leave Rude Boy name out your mouth. In that matter, Rude Boy wasn't no killer, nigga, and you ain't no killer. You ain't no killer, nigga. Laugh out loud, shaking my head. Hope to see you soon. G-Unit, Green Light Gang, sucker free. Whoa.
Woo-wee.
Hey yo.
Yeah, I guess that said it all right there. Get you threw a nigga name out there, and now that came back to haunt you because quite obvious El Dorado got a whole different explanation to that when it come to telling what weight you held out there, you know? So you once again use somebody's name in context, and now that person can come on because everybody is individuals. So once you open up the door by making a statement like that and using that man's name, if that man feel that you use his name in vain because he still rock with Fifth, then of course he gonna come out and tell his truth to the situation. So
yo, let me read this this for y'all again, bruh. This is El Dorado, GU, the original GU member. Check it out. I'm going to tell you what date it was. This was March 25th. He posted this, too. I remember because somebody had said something about it before. Let me go check his page and find that so I can see.
I think I seen that actually, too. I seen that one.
He was like, El Dorado. So everybody here,
right away.
This is El Dorado of G Unit. Niggas be bitter and delusional, but I guess it's because life be lifing. It has its way of humbling you in ways you couldn't even imagine. But we'll catch up if you ever make it back to this side of Holmes. He said he'll catch up with you if you ever get back to America, nigga. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, this nigga talking wild from Trinidad. That's crazy, bro.
In the meantime, keep reminiscing. It's good for your mental, you know. On another note, we motivate over here, elevating. When they not talking, that mean we not doing something. We doing something wrong. Go get you some business to handle. Then you might be able to keep 5 name out your mouth and have something else to talk about. Dig? And leave Rude Boy name out your mouth in that matter. Rude Boy wasn't no killer, nigga, and you ain't no killer either, nigga. Check it out. Hope to see you soon.
I love to hear that. You ain't no killer either, nigga. I love to hear that shit.
I think this is the video. After he did this video, he talking about that El Dorado caught a accident murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. That's definitely true right there where he threw that out there. That's what I say. Your words can always come back to haunt you. So definitely my man had a reason to get on the top of his head when he made that statement that he did accidental murder. It don't matter whether it was accidental or was real. He had to go to can for 15 years. So something was real about it. We definitely know it was a murder, and he got a murder charge. So a murderer can speak about who did murders and who didn't do murders, whether they was accidental, coincidental, you know, or anything. It still ended up being a body, and he had to for the consequences for it. So once again, Bang Em Smurf's choice of words, you know, came back to file his body, as they say.
He said, bang him on Smurf. Bang him on Smurf. Get banged on Smurf. Yeah, hold up. And this is what 50 Cent said. This is an interview.
But wasn't that accidental murder? Wasn't that a line in the Ghetto Quran?
What?
When he talking about his man called an accidental murder case, didn't he put that in the Ghetto Quran? If I'm not mistaken.
He was talking about old boy, the one that killed Black Jess.
E Money Bags.
Money Bags. You talking about E Money Bags?
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but here go your boy 50 right now. It's another interview. When the interview when he's talking people start training on him. So let's see. Here we go right here.
Shade 45 in the morning. It's Angela Yee. 50's here.
Yeah.
Early in the morning. So let's talk about Bang Em Smurf, because now I see he's getting down with Rick Ross. What was your first reaction when you saw that Bang Em Smurf, which I don't even know how relevant he is right now, but what was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, I wasn't surprised. You know, I got letters. I got like 3 letters that he sent to the office where he had turned Muslim while incarcerated and just wanted to make good, you know, in the actual situation. And it's when a person, he's in, he got deported. So he's not even in the United States. So the opportunity for you to even mention him is great. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So while he's out of the country and he saw an opportunity to try and say something. You see now he raps. He's trying to rap.
Yeah, I noticed he had like an album or something. Like I know somebody he was trying to get to be his publicist while he was locked up.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, he was preparing for that. All right, so obviously Tia has completely exposed, you know, Rick Ross at this point. And it's interesting to me because everybody, when they first saw the video, the first question people said, you think 50 hit that? Do you think 50 hit that?
No. We weren't intimate.
All right, so is there anybody that is close enough to you that you feel like they could possibly turn on you in that way? Because, you know.
Well, I mean, no. It's not really. I don't.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I found one I want to show y'all. I'm gonna show you what a sucker do. This sucker nigga, what did he do, man? I'm gonna show you what he did. Here we go, right here, y'all. Hold on. And then we're gonna go to the pawn self, to the Monsta situation. You heard me? Let me go here real quick for y'all. Now, that's only something a sucker do.
Now, I interviewed Black Child.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. And he spoke pretty highly of you. You know, he pretty much said that you kept 50 alive.
I mean, 50 gave a statement. Tony Yayo gave a statement. And yeah, I seen Smurf. Did you interview Smurf?
Yeah.
Smurf kept 50 alive. 50 should stop playing and send Smurf his money. Smurf was keeping 50 alive early in the war in the neighborhood when Smurf was talking about forming G Unit in the street. Smurf was right. He kept off 50 ass at the time. 50 did him dirty. You know what I mean? Another black man he did dirty. This man protected you.
Yeah, everybody know that. But shout out to Black Child too, though, man. Like I said, I respected that murder. When I seen Cadillac Top pulled up on my block and checked 50 by itself, nigga, with a bunch of on the block. So I said, I always looked at Murder Inc. different. Like, yo, these are some real. I never looked at them like they softy, right? Me, I just get busy, so I'm a banger. But I already knew they was gonna be a problem. Like them is not soft. Them got a reputation, bro. Like, cause might think Jarule soft, that's their opinion. Might think Irv soft, that's their opinion. But they got gangsters around them that'll do whatever for them, bro. Just like 50 had. 50 ain't no different than Irv and Ja. Why I said he ain't no different than Irv and Ja? Because 50 not no really gangster when you think about it, because he don't do no gangster shit. He a bully. So he ain't no different than them. He calling them soft. What 50 did to make him tough? Sell drugs?
Hold on 1 second. Y'all hear that, right? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear him, right? What 50
Yo,
do?
he's snitching, bro. Yo, but see that's the definition of a disloyal dude, and that's why he at where he at.
Yeah, but you gotta understand it. You know, gossip is money right now. Look at Dame Dash.
Yeah, true that. And he talking about 50 was also Wendy Williams. Seems like he on a Wendy Williams type of time.
All right, here we go right here. This is, hold up. I had to, hold up. Now I want y'all to hear what Bimmy said. Bimmy was around 50, and Bimmy was an OG. Some of y'all niggas don't like my boy Bimmy. Shout out to my boy Bimmy.
Bimmy came up with Preem in them.
Yeah.
Well, or under. He was like right under them.
Yeah, he came up with him. He was a lieutenant when they started. Hold on, here you go.
Niggas is cheaters. I write my lifestyle, y'all niggas is cheaters.
That's been me a legend. That's a Queen's legend right there. All right,
well, it goes a long way, you know what I mean? Like through all the drama in Queens. You know what I'm saying? Through all my homeboy Supreme. You know what I mean? That's my general. You know what I mean? And you get a lot of flack, like a lot of dudes don't mess with this dude because of this dude, and you know this team or this team. You know what I mean? So I just got tired of different dudes just telling different stories, like, you know.
And you was there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. When I see a lot of shit going on, and a lot of different dudes behind different dudes' back, sneaking them and doing all type of.
Cause y'all might here we go, y'all. Bang Em Smurf said, right, that 50, he wasn't no Golden Glove boxer, he was no boxer, but these niggas paid to have this man train. Black Jeff was paying for him to train him. So who's a liar? Are y'all there?
Quite obvious. Look like Bang Em Smurf is a liar, you know. And like I said, once again, being from that era of time, and knowing these individuals, you know, that was one of the traits, of course, not just in our hood or Queens or anywhere, but all over. If you're a real OG and you see a younger cat that got potential to do bigger and better things, then you're going to try and lead them in the right direction because, you know, Bimmy said, being a stick-up kid is like two different, you know, areas. And in order for you to be respected by the stick-up kid and not them come for what you got, that respect has got to be there. But most of the time, individuals don't like individuals around that's doing that because, you know, with that, it is only going to come some type of death or destruction, or you get caught in a situation where you stand around and somebody come through that this individual then took something from, then they gonna be going at anybody that's with them or associated with them.
Did you hear the part where Bimmy said, "Yeah, he's like, yo, I just shot them niggas in the building, so I need some more bullets." He's like, "This nigga crazy, yo." But he wasn't. But Bangem Smurf said 50 wasn't the case. He wasn't a shooter. He just sold drugs.
So therefore, once again, the brother, you know, contradict himself because there's somebody else that could get up there and give you a scenario where they seen him actually in action dealing with guns other than just putting his hands on somebody. And, you know, that's kind of impossible because no matter how good a fighter that you was, like Biggie said, this ain't back in the days, go ahead with your fist fight ways. So by that era of time, of course,
Yo, Twiz, you hear us?
Can hear it now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
All right, cool.
We want you. Let's bring it back for Twiz real quick because he disappeared on us. I want you to check this out real quick, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm Google Bang Em Smurf speaks on 50, right? Let's go that. So that's what we missed. That's the one we missed. Here we go, right here. Hold on. No, that's 50 speaking on Bang. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Let's see what hold on. Bang Em Smurf just never for his side. Here we go right here. This is it right here. Hold on.
When you hear higher private investigator, it was always a.
Let me ask you this, right? Lately, like we've been seeing 50 going back and forth with a lot of people online. When you watch, you know, how he moves and what he does and things like that, does it remind you of the same personality you knew back in Queens when you first met him? Is he the same person now?
Nah, what he doing now is whole shit.
Okay.
Like what he was doing, and what he was doing back in Queens in my time, he was always a bully. When I said he knocked out and beat up and shit, that wasn't no official. He knocked out or whooped out in the hood. He did break jaws, but the nigga jaws he broke wasn't no big. There was always somebody smaller than him, bro. Let's break down his hands now. If his hand's so nice, why he ain't touched officially? He only beat up little in the hood. He broke little jaws in the hood. Let's clear that up. He ain't break no official jaws in the hood. He was never a Golden Glove. Let's get that clear. I see a lot of these dumb online riding dick like they know the nigga was never a Golden Glove. You heard? And he only broke little jaws in the hood. Some little in the barber shop. He like 5 foot. Little, I forgot the name. And rest in peace, my homie Kev Brock. Little slinky, tall, broke his jaw. He never fought no his size. Remember, he was always bigger than. So he always used to bully. He never fought nobody his size or bigger.
Here we go right here, yo. That's what Bangem said. Here was
Wisdom. That's a junior high school out there in Queens in that area. And the reason why they call it God Wisdom is because that's where a lot of the 5% of parliament and rallies used to be held back in the days. And it also was a well-known park for a basketball tournament. So, you know, I just wanted to explain when he's using that terminology guard wisdom that stand for the junior high school 72 Park, and we used to hold rallies out there back in the day.
All right, now Twist. Now you heard Bangem Smurf talk, and then you heard Bemmy talk. What you take from that?
Anybody that speak highly of somebody, like if you my man, we was in the streets together, we doing a documentary, and then I'm like, you know, Born was like this, Shop was like that, you know what I'm saying? Moving like this, was getting busy. But then eventually, y'all stop messing with me or whatever, and y'all multi-millionaires. I'm not reneging none of them statements. Like if I said you was solid, then it remain that. But the issue is a lot of people do that where they'd be saying one thing about somebody, and then when that person ain't putting the money in their pockets no more, and they separate themselves, then they try to take that credit back. He went from saying, I remember the old documentaries when he was talking about 50 was like this, 50 was like that. At that time, he was benefiting from 50. Now that that's all over with, now you talking about some, oh, he wasn't no Golden Glove, or he wasn't no
Punk. He's knock out little niggas.
Yeah, but what you don't hear him say is about nobody treating 50 like a sucker. So it don't matter the size of the people that he fought. It don't matter if he was a Golden Glove or none of that. It ain't no story that him getting smacked and chased off of blocks and stuff like that, or not being able to do this and do that.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So that just shows the bitterness, you know what I'm saying, of him at the end of the day. It's all about the benefit, bro.
And check this out, right? I want y'all to see this right here. Bangem Smurf apologized to Jarule. Hold on, here we go. Check this out. This funny out, bro. He got Murder Inc. thing all in his mouth.
Now, I interviewed Black Child.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, and he spoke pretty highly of you. You know, he pretty much said that you kept 50 alive.
I mean, 50 gave a statement. Tony Yayo gave a statement. And yeah, I seen Smurf. Did you interview Smurf?
Yeah.
Smurf kept 50 alive. 50 should stop playing and send Smurf his money. Smurf was keeping 50 alive early in the war in the neighborhood when Smurf was talking about forming G Unit and them street. Smurf was right. He kept off 50 ass at the time. 50 did him dirty. You know what I mean? Another black man he did dirty. This man protected you.
Yeah, everybody know that. But shout out to Black Child too, though, man. Like I said, I respected that Murder Inc. When I seen Cadillac Top pull up on my block and check 50 by itself, nigga, with a bunch of on the block. So I always looked at Murder Inc. different. Like, yo, these are some real. I never looked at them like they soft. You heard? Me, I just get busy, so I'm a banger. But I already knew they was gonna be a problem. Like them is not soft. Them got a reputation, bro. Like, cause might think Jarule soft, that's their opinion. Might think Irv soft, that's their opinion. But they got gangsters around them that'll do whatever for them, bro. Just like 50 had. 50 ain't no different than Irv and Ja. Why I said he ain't no different than Irv and Ja? Because 50 not no really gangster when you think about it, because he don't do no gangster shit. He a bully. So he ain't no different than them. He calling them soft. What 50?
Yo, I'm actually, didn't he just contradict himself? When he said 50 ain't do no gangster shit, he just a bully.
He big time contradicted himself, but that's what people like him do.
Hey, yo, Twist. Was that a big contradiction right there?
Yeah, like I said, he going to just try to slander 50 as much as he can. And I can't discredit what they said that he did as far as Smurf. They said he got busy in the streets, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, people grow. You dig what I'm saying? And we all know money could get anything done.
Yeah.
It ain't like he was riding for 50 just because that was his brother. Like you was getting the financial gain from off of that. And a smart man going to separate himself from that, because who want to end up in a RICO or caught up in a situation? The same thing that Irvin them did, even though it wasn't really no drama, it was more like a money laundering joint. But Irvin them was sick when that indictment came.
Yeah, they were sick. Irv looked like he lost 100 pounds. He's fat as hell. He came from that diamond was over. He was like 180.
Yeah, that it's cool. It's just like old, bro. Like Jay-Z, as corporate as he is now and how people look at him now, they can't forget about the stories before he got in the game and when he came in the game. We talking about the streets is watching ever, the reasonable doubt ever. But eventually, if you don't grow, then you're gonna be stuck with, you know what I'm saying? What you supposed to do when you in your 50s, be walking around with 15 shooters still? Like it's a difference between faking gangster and really trying to be a gangster as far as on the streets. Because a person that's successful, the success is getting your mom crib, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like that. You go out, what they say, gangsters go out Miami and get fat and all that. Like, you know what I mean? So as far as them street stories, every hood got the same thing. But when you end up in the grave, all you end up doing is being a conversation here and there. You know what 50 doing it is creating a legacy.
Yeah. And that's a fact, yo.
Exactly. And this nigga didn't even fix his teeth, bro. Imagine
That's
he
all.
was 20 years and still got messed up teeth.
All that buddy hopping he did, you know what I'm saying, all the different crews, and none of them dudes fix his teeth.
He said he's saying all the stuff he's saying now. So let me ask y'all this: if 50 reached out to him behind the scenes and was like, "Bro, I apologize. You my man. Let's look past it. I'm gonna get you financially right." Do you think his attitude going to change? Do
Yeah.
you think exactly? And then he gonna have an excuse for why he never really had an issue with 50. That's what them type people do. Like, it was never really no beef. You know, brothers just fall out here and there. Like, no, bro, that's the same reason he's doing these interviews. It's for a financial gain.
You disloyal, nigga. We put you on timeout and say, yo, go back to the hood, get your mind right. Because I told you, the first time y'all fired on a bus, I'm sending y'all home. He sent him home, he sent Jaffe home, and he sent the manager Marcus home. He sent all three of them home. And he the only one that still got a problem with it.
That's the thing when you're in a position of being the head of anything. It's like, and then when you might have homies that's a part of your joint, and then if they not moving right, you gotta be on the level to be like, bro, I can't do business with you no more. If you can't do that, then you can't be a successful boss. That's why it's best to really not have people feel like they obligated no matter what. You did what I'm saying, and that's what 50 pretty much was dealing with. We're only with him though, because it's even like you might have somebody like, yeah, yo, he might not sit up here and do every little thing for him, but at the end of the day, yeah, yo, is happy for the opportunity that he had. Bangem Smurf just messed up when he signed himself out the contract.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't business savvy. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yo, now this is check this out. Now this is Jaffe Top Tiger talking about the Bangem Smurf 50 Cent beef. And Jaffe Top Tiger, he was one of the niggas that he said wasn't the original G Unit, but he was there when they formed G Unit. When they came back for the Poker News, they went to the other projects that grabbed Jaffe and his boys because they was Lloyd Banks homies and brought them to Adam and G Unit. And he downplayed Jaffe's role. But check it out. This is Mikey T, the movie star, I guess, right? Yeah. Yeah, but check it out. Jaffe Top Tiger.
Unit, like what role did you take on? You know what I mean? What role did you play with G Unit after starting to play link with 50?
We all security. Everybody, nigga. One rule when you on that road, everybody security. I don't give a fuck if we got aunties and grand. Everybody security. We all security. Everybody. We all here together. We all security. One go, we all go. That's how it's supposed to be. That's all that was. We was all security.
That's true. I remember that.
Roll we out.
I remember
Before
Jaffe.
people started sitting down and figure out what they're gonna do or what they can do, or what job descriptions people are gonna be getting. Everybody was security. Everybody. Before it was security, we was security. Everybody.
Give me a rundown of the roster when you first got there.
Oh, artists. It was just Yayo and Banks at this time. Yayo and Banks.
What about some of the other guys coming into play? Like there was an R&B singer named Governor. Did you see anybody like this?
Oh, yeah. Governor, but I don't think Fifth was trying to get him a
Spider, the producer.
Yeah, Red Spider, my man. Shout out to Red Spider. Yeah, he was around. We fucking Red Spider. We used to go to the studio a lot out there.
Frenchie started coming around at a certain.
Yeah, Frenchie was around. I was trying to get. That's what around the time I thought I was a manager. I was trying to get Frenchie a deal with it.
Why did Frenchie never secure a deal with G Unit?
Fifth main focus was Yayo and them at this time. Banks and them. We was trying to do that. I was pushing for that. I used to always play Frenchie shit around them, but it just never happened. After a while, Frenchie just wound up going down there with Walker and his family down in Atlanta and securing a situation with 1017 and all like Gucci and all them, which worked out for him at that time. So, I mean, I feel like shit happened for reasons, you know what I'm saying? That maybe was a better situation for him anyway. Free Frenchie, matter of fact, too.
Yeah, free Frenchie, man.
Free my dog, Frenchie, man. Frenchie could rap his ass off, too. That boy rap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He was dropping a lot of freestyle videos on World Star back then.
That's a fact. Frenchie rap his ass off, bro. Frenchie nice. Frenchie one of the nice ones from around here. Me and Frenchie grew up together, if you didn't know that. Me and Frenchie went to school together, elementary. I used to do the beats on the table for that nigga. He used to have a kufi on. Frenchie was Muslim. As a kid, he's Muslim. I used to do the beats for him on the table. He was rapping. He rapped his ass off since we was kids.
That's true too.
Frenchie rapped since we was kids. He was that good rapper. Always had a loud voice. He always stood out. Yeah, Frenchie was good.
When's the last time you got to speak with Frenchie?
I went to see him not too long ago. I spoke to Frenchie like last week. I went to see Frenchie. When we went to see Frenchie? Me and DZ went to see Frenchie. Like last month we went to see him. He ain't too far either. He over there in St. Correctional Facility. That shit like an hour away from the town. It's in Austin, New York, so that's like 45 to an hour from where I'm at. It ain't far at all.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he doing good though. He doing good now. Right now he working on his appeal and all that, trying to get home. He keeping his head up. He's standing tall.
Can you tell me about 50 telling all the G Unit guys that they couldn't hustle anymore? He banned hustling from the G Unit cats.
Yeah, because all that shit will bring is police and the fuck up whatever situation he's trying to do at that moment. You know what I'm saying? He had a vision. I mean, clearly his vision was a good vision. You see what I'm saying? And he basically told niggas if we gonna be around, everybody gonna be around, ain't no hustling. You know what I'm saying? And people buy by those rules. You know what I'm saying? We on the road, we doing that. We ain't no hustling. This is what we doing. I mean, me, I was still hustling from time to time because that was for the most part for the artists and the most of them guys because what they had going on. Me, I still was doing on them because how I was gonna pay bills if I don't, you know what I'm saying? But when everything got on board and everybody figured out what they was doing and things were situated, all that stopped. That's a fact. It was nobody hustling no more. Huh?
You mentioned being Lloyd Banks' hype man. Can you take me into where your relationship with Banks begins to where you can begin to be his hype man?
Well, like I told you, me and Banks, we school time, like August Small, those are like.
Hold on, let me find position we talking.
04, 05, like when Rotten Apple came out.
Rotten Apple.
Yeah, Germany, Japan, like when I went to Japan, that shit was intriguing to me because I'm like, because they big on the culture. Japan, China, they big like hip hop. They was hippie. That shit was ill to me. That was like the illest shit I seen. And then we went to all these other places. I'm like, yeah, this shit is ill. Overseas, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Word. Japan, I remember that day too. We got twisted that day too. Banks ass was twisted that day. We over there with the motor and shit, drinking sake, some shit called sake. Drinking that shit like it was water. Now I did some stupid shit. This around the time I had we got sent home off the road, me and
Here we go, y'all. Here we go, part right here.
And I did some stupid shit, shot out the window. I was doing little kid bad shit. I was just aggravated with myself at this time. Doing bad shit. I sent like 2 shots out the window. Bow, bow. This is I'm just doing dumb shit. And I think I call myself being tough. I come downstairs and try to walk right past the police like it was nothing. They grabbed my dumb ass right on up. Come here. Put my ass right in the back of that car. Straight with Mason. That shit was a big brawl that day in front of the building. Everybody out here fighting. I had girls, everybody here fighting. Let them go. Bottles being thrown. The police windows being broken. Wow, that was a crazy day. That was that day. That had to be that day you talking about. Yeah, and that shit, you know, Fifth is probably, he just felt like, damn, this nigga job out here doing stupid shit. But like, damn, he know my situation. He like, damn, he been, he was only doing what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So in my situation with being sent home, I was only following suit. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't gonna get into that story because everybody already heard that story a million times, but I was just following suit. You know what I'm saying? If my man is in the situation or if I'm in the situation, we both gonna go. And that's basically what that was. But when I got sent home, it was only for a little while because one thing about Fifth, he always told niggas, yo, listen, we not here for that. We not embarrassing each other. We're not gonna embarrass ourselves in front of these people. You know what I'm saying? So it's no fighting with each other. And that's what happened. We was fighting with each other, which niggas wasn't supposed to. That's what I'm big on. I really got that from him. I don't play that shit with each other. Even with mines, I might have an argument or two, but that's as far as it's gonna go. We're not doing that, especially not in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's really supposed to be. Gangster. So that's really what that was. That's what that happened with that situation though.
Right. That was over a Mitchell and Ness because I thought it was an Averex leather.
Nah, we got sent home over a Mitchell and Ness jersey. It was a jersey first. My man Haleen, it was 2 jerseys. Just that one happened to be the nigga. It was Marcus' jersey, but I didn't know it was a jersey because I didn't know nothing about it. I don't need to steal a jersey. It just happened that my man Haleen had the same jersey, and I asked him, yo, what's up? That's still yours? So he said, yeah, keep that one. So I'm not knowing that it was 2 because we wanted to find a high shit. So he had 2 jerseys. It was just a mistaken identity type shit. Son just went overboard about the jersey and went crazy. The jersey was free anyway. This is shit that's given the Fifth. We around. You shouldn't even be going this hard over it anyway. Nigga just went crazy over a jersey. Oh, all that shit. That shit was like weak. That was weak shit to me. Like over a jersey. Like, nigga, we all here together. We family. If that's serious, I give you the jersey back. It ain't that serious. Niggas just be making shit more than what it is. It was never that serious for me. But, you know, for him, I guess it was. I mean, that's what happened with that situation.
Yeah.
He went off with the mouth and whatever, and the shit happens. I wish we could turn that shit back now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Do you ever look back like I blew so much tour?
Hold on.
Niggas get into whoever they got into, but that ain't about nothing, though. That wasn't really about nothing.
Yeah, you know, something weird happened with you and Smurf, and I kind of want to piece it together while I got you here because Smurf has some great things to say about you. So I want to figure, how do you feel about him and ask you, where did it all go wrong with you two guys?
I mean, I don't hold no grudges against nothing that me and him went through in our life. We just went through some things, but it went wrong because it's probably me and him being who we are, but you probably got people in your crew that feel a certain way. I might have people in my crew that feel a certain way, and that's how that shit be clashing with the two. Because you know we.
Hold up, we got fun. I'm trying to find a 50 part.
Like we passed that. You know what I'm saying? Actions like that back then. I don't think I've seen. I might have seen them a couple times, like right before it really got that serious. Like I'm not gonna do that. I mean.
Like, yo, you gotta stop dissing 50 out here having these barbecues dissing 50.
Yeah, he was wild. We ain't really had no interactions like that back then. I don't think I've seen. I might have seen him a couple times, like right before it really got that serious. But after it got that serious, it was like, a nigga got to pick a side. I'm saying I picked a side. These are my niggas, so I'm sticking to what I'm sticking to, bro. That's disloyal. To me, that's being disloyal. Like, I'm not going to do that. I mean, he got his reasons, I got mine. It is what it is. I mean, but that was then. I'm saying we all moving forward in life. We all got shit going on. We all grown.
So let me go back to this. You said something interesting. It was 50 Cent actually bailed you out after this whole tour fiasco happened. He actually bailed you out on that case.
Yeah, because he told me, nigga, I was only doing what I was supposed to do. If one is getting into a situation, I'm gonna get into even though the situation was over me, I still wouldn't have reacted the way Smurf reacted. Smurf reacted the way he reacted because niggas was, like I told you, niggas was already tired of Marcus anyway. His mouth was crazy and shit was already going on. But I was gonna avoid this shit anyway because I already knew in the back of my head this shit ain't gonna end well. I mean, Son did it, but it was just like it is what it is. Smurf was ready to go. Son said a little too much, and it was on from there. I'm just not gonna let the nigga go get it on by himself. When initially this shit is over me, that it wouldn't even make sense for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I would be a sucker for that. You know what I mean? I'm not standing on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stand up nigga. So I did what I did, and we both got sent home. Respectfully. I wound up coming back around because look, the same way I do now, I'm a solid nigga. I don't talk about people. I don't do shit like that, homie. I'm not gonna be on the internet doing that. Niggas be in their feelings. Yeah, I'm an emotional nigga too at times, but I'm not doing that. I just can't see myself to be on the internet talking about the next man. It's like, how? I can't do that. Sometimes I might want to be like, fuck this shit. This nigga did, let me go up. But I don't feel like that's the right solution. That's the right way to go about things. Because then you definitely going under to the deep end when you're doing shit like that. Because they ain't no coming back when you do shit like that. Especially for me. The nigga, like if the shoes on the other foot and it was me, I'm not going back. Once the nigga take it that far, you gotta stand on it. You gotta stand on that. You stay over there and I'm gonna stay over here. So with me, it was always a loyalty thing with me, bro. I'm not gonna do that. Even if I felt like I wasn't getting what I should be getting, but I'm not, bro. We all know what we signed up for. We all know what we signed up for and this shit. And I ain't never hold no grudges, and I always stood on it. I got shot for this shit, bro, and I'm still standing on business. I ain't never like feel away about nobody because we know what we signed up for when we do this. You know?
All right, y'all. Like you heard what Jaffe said, right? Twiz, Shabu, he said, yo, once a nigga go that far, there's no coming back. So I don't care what you did for me in the past. You took it above and beyond me even ever effort with you again, bruh. Isn't that we pretty much saying? Twiz, hood blogger, you there?
Before you bring Twiz on too, on spot that Jaffe is from, it's called American Towers. That's right over there. It's the next block over from Merrick, but it's between Linden Boulevard and something. And the only reason I'm bringing that up once again is through experience. My man, Knowledge, he used to have those two buildings back in the days. You know, of course, we talking about the late 80s or whatever. And he turned a lot of, like my little brother Love and all of them on. And all of them is interlinked, you know, with Jaffe. But once again, you know, that's generations afterwards. But that's where we at right now, where people control their hoods or whatever. But if they don't know the history of that hood, you know what I'm saying, and how things came about, then, you know, sometimes they get things confused and then sometimes they just don't know, but it's just a natural instinct that they take on those positions as leaders or whatever that's going on in that neighborhood. And once again, people be confusing what gangsterism is and they be attaching it to the street. Gangsterism could be anything on any level. You know, and 50 was on some gangster shit because, like he explained, he let them know, look, we entering into different areas right now where our behavior has got to change because of the exposure that we gonna have to this money. And it seems like, you know, Jaffe was able to understand that and go along with that, and Smurf wasn't able to adjust to it because once again, like I said, he shouldn't have been over to Jersey and everything first started with Jaffe. So what Jaffe told Smurf what had happened, and Smurf had already had problems with Marcus, you know, that's what initiated both of them going over there and, you know, basically jumping on Marcus and both of them being sent home from the tour. But 50 didn't bail Bang Em up, didn't bail Smurf out. But he turned around later on, and Jaffe got a situation, but Jaffe got bailed out by 50. So it was a difference right then. And I guess that at that point, it was already in 50 mind that this dude don't understand the concept of where I'm trying to take everybody. So he didn't go along with the ride. And ever since then, it seemed like, he basically got hate for a situation that he created himself. Because if he didn't create that situation, he would have been there for all of the good things that came along.
Listen, Ponce, I'm in the country, but you know what the real problem is? Jaffe didn't go when they did the Hot 97 Summer Jam. Jaffe was out there disrespecting 56, and he was kicked off at that time too. Bangem Smurf came out there disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? He went to the Summer Jam, started throwing chairs on the stage. So
that's when they already was in the beef.
But Jaffe still wasn't. That's the same time he got sent home. All of them was home at the time. He bailed Jaffe out because Jaffe stayed loyal through the whole thing. Jaffe wasn't talking about 50 in the hood like Bangem was. Oh yeah, that nigga 50 sent me home. Da da da. I rolled for that nigga. Da da this and that. Jaffe rolled for him too, nigga. When y'all was out there chasing them niggas down from Supreme Team, mother little niggas, Jaffe the one, he was one of the ones that got shot over that shit. For that shit for what's his name? Jimmy Hitchman. Let's keep it real. It's how you carry yourself as a man when you're in trying situations. This is my man. He mad at me right now. I'm gonna sit back and wait for him to call me back, because he's gonna call me back. Let me just start working on my thing, get my shit together, so he can see I'm doing something while I'm out here waiting for him. You know what I mean?
Also, Joffrey didn't have a problem with accountability. Joffrey said, "Yeah, I did it. I messed up." Where you heard Bangem Smurf giving every excuse in the book.
Yeah, Bangem Smurf, you give every excuse in the book. Yo, Matt Mizzle, you there? Twiz, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up? What's good?
What you think?
Joffrey's a real nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? He could have did the Bangem Smurf shit, but he humbled himself and he seen the vision. What real niggas do, bro. The fuck? Nigga still got a fucking missing tooth, mashed up teeth 20 years later.
That nigga look like the Cookie Monster in the mouth.
That bullshit, dog.
Yeah, you wild. We wild for that boy.
Yo, but I'm saying, man, loyalty is loyalty, man. If you ain't gonna be loyal, then that's what it is. But I got a special edition for y'all. We're gonna get past this Jaffe and Bangem Smurf. We already know Bangem Smurf disloyal. He hugged up in the picture with Jarule. Looked like he trying to kiss and the whole nine. Jarule looks scared, Bangem smiling. Y'all see that picture? Jarule looks scared of Bangem smiling. I don't know.
Bag, I'm being put in or what?
Bangem bully him into that picture, bruh.
Take the picture. Oh, you in Trinidad now.
Now Bangem got ran out of Trinidad. That nigga's he's in Europe right now.
But Jarule was in Trinidad when he performed that shit, so I don't know.
He was in Trinidad. You sure he was in Trinidad?
Yeah, he was in Trinidad because I seen.
Bangem went back to Trinidad. They might squash what beef was going over there, but he was in
Them niggas
that's probably why he went to make all that money. So he might have to pay somebody. He might owe somebody some money in Trinidad. I got the money. I can go back home. Shit.
Them niggas are gonna cut his head off. Oh man.
You know them niggas. No, them niggas is. But yeah.
Boy, you been going for almost 2 hours and you want to start that body joint. And it's been 2 Oh man, you might need one that shit tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. Yo, I appreciate everybody for coming up here, man. This been good live. We stayed on topic this time. Let's give each other a round of applause.
Yeah.
But yo, I appreciate everybody coming up, show me love. Yo, we gonna do this. We might do this next one tomorrow, man. Fuck it, yo. Let's get it popping. We gonna talk about Monsta. You know what I'm saying? 50 bodyguard Monsta and the situations they're going through.
But yo, real quick, but though when it comes to loyalty, some people loyalty has a timeline, and some people loyalty has a price tag on it.
That's your thought.
Yeah.
Some people be down with you as long as they getting something, and some people been down with you till the next situation come along.
But for yo, I call you my man. I ain't changing up on you because of some bullshit, frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Some bullshit.
Nah, that's just because you a real one. You know, like even if let's say like me and Born been rocking since back in the day. Me and Born fell out. Somebody come ask me, yo, why don't I see you with Born no more? Nah, that's my man, yo. I just say run into him. That's all you gonna get out of me.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm not with kicking people back in. Especially if I ain't say it to your face.
Oh, that nigga's a crackhead now, man. He stole from me and shit. No, some shit
like
that.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, oh man, I'm about to say that nigga a crackhead. I couldn't mess with a tranny. What? What? You know what I'm saying? Niggas do shit like that, bro.
Word. 100. Yeah. So,
man.
Man.
Niggas will assassinate your character, bro. You gotta check a nigga. Like, yo, that nigga said, what about me? So when I see that nigga, I'm not even talking. I'm just punching him in the mouth. Because you were all out the way to disrespect me. I'm supposed to be your mans. Even though I ain't rocking with you right now because you did some flagrant shit I ain't fucking with.
That's what happens when people take things on face value. Because if you my man, and I know you ain't never been rocking with that, I'm going to check for that before I even go into any areas of that shit being something that I can believe. So, you know, that's up to individuals too, that when you talking about somebody that you really know, somebody putting something else out there that's different than their character, that is still on you to check that. And I'm going to be like, yo, I don't even want to hear that. You know
if you ain't do nothing about it when you said it, don't come back telling me it. Now,
yeah.
If you come back and tell me, yeah, old boy said this, but I punched him in his mouth, broke his jaw. Now that's not. Then you can tell me about the situation. But if it's just
Chatty.
Yeah. So what you said? What you said? Hold on. What you said about it when he was saying it to you? Was you laughing?
And that's another thing. Shaw brought up a very good point. Yo, if you my man and somebody came and said with some slack, yo, fam, get out my face with that, bro. And I ain't trying to hear that. That's at the very. That's at the very least.
If you my man, break that nigga jaw. I do the same. When they come to your bro shot, boo, man. That this is not like what? You tell him that? Pop. Now go tell him. Nigga. Hold up. Matter of fact, you stay right here. Let me call him. You tell him to his face what you just told me. Yo, Shaba, where you at? Yo, man, I'm down the street at old girl house. You on the block? Yeah, I'm on the block. Yo, come down the block right now. Somebody run their mouth. I got this nigga right here.
We got modern technology, FaceTime and Duel. Put me on the screen so I can see this kind.
Nah, but you still coming down the street because you gonna finish him off. I already got him all beat up, but you want to put your foot in his ass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy.
Nah, no doubt.
No doubt. I get like the mafia. I knock a nigga out to piss him to wake him up. Oh, parts out. That's too much. But yo.
Oh yeah. We on YouTube. Yeah. Chill.
Yeah. I was good all the way to there. Let me get off there before I tear up. Yo.
Matter of fact, click that part off.
That's lit. Yo, check this out. Thanks everybody for coming up. You know, I know I've been gone for a minute, man, but I'm back for the come up. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, I got my boy Shabu on the line. Shabu, God in them streets. I got SV Twins up here. I got the Mack Mizzle show. And I got my boy Chad S up this minute effort. Yo, check this out. We're going to get it popping, man. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Same time.
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to finally hear some intelligence in the morning.
Yo, we ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BET that started his own gang. Like, nigga, what? When we out.
All right.